So this question comes from @Mr. Budwise. And they said, what would be a good routine / isometrics for a 15-year-old doing football, in this case AFL Australian Football League? I've started some isometrics with him with isobar so far. There really isn't anyone who is super strong, lean, and agile. Most of them always just try to bulk up. That's what this video is going to be about, is answering that question. So, in order to answer that question, one of the things that I want to clarify is that I believe that Australian football and American football are different. I think Australian football is probably more comparable to what we call soccer over here. But in this case, I don't think that specific exercises are going to necessarily be better, or I should say, sport-specific exercises. What I would, if you were one of my clients, assuming that you had a clean health history, clean movement patterns via the functional movement screen, and you prove to me that you actually want to be strength trained, let's just pretend, for the sake of argument, that the ISO chain is the only thing that I had to my disposal. Generally speaking, I try to keep things relatively simple. So it might be something to the effect of using a deadlift type of motions. I use that in quotes because there isn't really any motion, and maybe an overhead press. Keep things simple, because the idea behind a strength training program is quite simply to get stronger. And the more things that you do, or everything that you do, competes with everything else that you do for adaptation. And you have to remember that the goal must remain the goal. Now, if it wasn't specifically for the ISO chain, if I had access to the full range of things that I had in my studio, I might put you on a kettlebell-based routine, which would involve like swings, get-ups, and goblet squats. That would be a good one. I might also just put you on a simple barbell training routine, or some combination of the three. A lot of times with athletes, and also with my general clientele, is I try to get an idea of what it is that they enjoy doing. What are their exercise preferences? Because there are many ways up the mountain. And then one of the things that I would see is, like, you put a training routine in place and you see how you're playing. If your playing improves, then it's working. If it doesn't improve, it doesn't matter what the poundage is showing on the readouts. The goal must remain the goal. It's like, yeah, you're getting stronger, but you want the strength to actually transfer to the game. Now, if you're looking for a general routine, I did put a basic beginner routine here on YouTube that is centered around the ISO chain. Feel free to look that up. I'll see if I can find it and leave it in the comments to this video. You can also employ like the 6x6 program from Paul Wade's Isometrics manual. That is generally a pretty good program too. You can also take some basic exercises, roll a dice, and whatever many dots are up, that would be how long the contraction is held for. And you roll a single dice, and that would be how many rounds there are. That would keep things fluctuating in a way that would keep it the same but different. But that is it for today. If you like this video, let me know by hitting that like button. If you want to see more of this sort of thing, or you want to see the chronicles for my various strength performances across the country, subscribe to the channel. If you think anybody should see this, please share it with them. This YouTube thing isn't rocket science, and if you want to support the channel, do all the things that I just mentioned, or you could pick up a copy of my book that chronicles how I became a modern-day performing strongman. Link is in the description below. And also, you can continue to support the channel by picking up some coffee from Good For You Coffee Club. And if you do that, use the promo code MyPower10 to save 10% off of any order that you use that promo code for. But that's it for today. Please stay tuned for next time. And in the meantime, please stay happy, healthy, and strong. Eric Moss, over and out.